The first person to provide photo evidence of the masked man's real identity will receive over $1,000 in cash and prizes.
This isn't going to end well. I'm gonna find Masked Man first. Exhibit A.
You can't do this to us. We didn't do anything wrong.
Because you two masked lunatics are getting in the way of my job.
Is that the masked man? And is this his cape? We were able to confirm that the masked man is David Wright.
I think we can help each other out by allowing Steve and Christine to interview the masked man.
They don't need any more publicity than they've already got.
I didn't realize you were so interested in protecting them. Would someone else be better? The professor, perhaps?
You will meet true justice soon enough.
You told me the exact same thing when your dad died.
I will bury you!
This is the professor, the supervillain best known for killing Alpha's father.
Thank you for breaking us out of here. But what exactly is it that you're trying to accomplish?
The professor needs to be punished.
But he's serving his time. There's nothing else we can do.
Hopper, I demand you release your prisoner to me to be dealt with properly.
This is a gold mine here.
Come on, you crazy bastard.
Happy birthday, Jack.
You know, if you got me a dozen donuts instead, I'd have punched you square in the jaw.
Yeah, but you can't write goddamn city on a dozen donuts.
Well, don't get any ideas, Adam. I have a meeting with the DA tomorrow, the new one, Matt Turner.
Give him my regards.
I'd probably lose his mind if I told him that.
What do you mean?
Alright. Turner doesn't want me working with masks anymore. Alpha in particular.
But the crime rate has fallen 20%.
You don't have to tell me that, but I gotta agree with the attorney on this one. For one, he's my only superior. And for two, well, on this one, we sort of agree.
Why can't you work with Alpha anymore?
Because his approach has been violent, in ways that make me cringe. That's saying something. And he's got the right to be angry at a scumbag like the professor, but he doesn't have the right to take it out on every scumbag he meets.
But the professor
will be arrested and will pay for his crimes, but through the proper channels.
I suppose it's been hard balancing out the professor and Alpha.
Look, someday Alpha's gonna have to make a choice. Does he stand with the law? Or does he stand alone?
You're right.
Yeah, listen, take some time off. Cool down a bit. Maybe someday things are gonna change and I'll be able to work with Alpha again. But for the time being, I have to do my job.
Okay.
Alpha wanted us to turn over the professor. D.A. Turner? Do you need a moment?
I'm fine.
So Alpha escaped, right?
That's what I assume.
Why do you assume that?
He started to attack Hopper, so Christina and I tried to film it, and then we bolted out of there.
So what's with the camera?
After the live broadcast was shut down, I tried to film it on this.
So you have footage.
I mean, if you want to call it that.
Mind if I take a look?
So what's with him?
The state sent Agent Bell down until we can find a suitable replacement for Hopper.
I guess that's what you get when you only have one cop in the whole city.
There's no footage on this.
What?
We'll be in touch.
All right. If the professor left the studio,
What are you
then
doing?
if the professor left the studio,
The professor
then
is gone. We don't know where he is. Hopper is dead. We're probably being hunted down for a crime we didn't commit.
that doesn't mean we can't make hypotheses.
We've been down here for 2 days, eating nothing but vending machine food, and you're trying to be a detective.
Well, at least I'm doing something about it.
Doing something? There's nothing to be done.
Look, we've done some amazing things in our lives. We're superheroes. We can do this.
No, I don't think we can.
He's not there.
I don't know what you were thinking. He's too smart to go back to his own house.
Where would the professor go?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. He has no known hideouts. We already froze his account, so he can't get out of the city without traceable funds.
If it turns out the professor did kill Hopper,
Life sentence. I'll talk to Judge O'Connor.
that's not good enough.
I'm not seeking the death penalty.
He killed a cop.
We don't know that. Besides, what good would killing him do?
If we don't ask for the death sentence, it dishonors Hopper's memory.
It seems we dishonor his memory a lot more by killing him. I knew Jack Hopper, Agent Bell, and he wouldn't stand for that. Let's find the professor before we start talking about punishment, okay?
Our guest tonight is none other than FBI agent Adam Bell.
Agent Bell, there are rumors that you and D.A. Turner are no closer to finding the professor since his escape last week.
It's a difficult challenge, but we're considering all possibilities at this point.
So let me ask the question then. Did the professor kill Captain Hopper?
It was him.
How can you be so sure?
When you look into his much-ignored past, it's more than plausible that he killed Captain Hopper.
We attacked the police station.
No!
Do you have a better idea?
No, I don't. But I know we can't face Alpha alone.
Well, guess what? We are alone. There is no one else.
Good night, everyone, and be sure to stay super.
Good night.
Claire!
What the hell?
Where did you come from?
We're superheroes. We don't reveal our secrets.
We came in through the back door.
You really expect us to believe that a government agent killed Hopper?
We're reliable sources. You have to trust us.
What makes you reliable sources?
Do you have any proof?
Surely you have to have some footage.
Actually, you can check the camera. We don't have any footage.
Did anyone else check the camera?
It was the DA or...
Bell. Agent Bell had the camera last.
Well, there you have it.
So why should we help you?
Journalistic integrity?
She has a point.
Yeah, but it doesn't sit well with me.
How about the best ratings of your career?
Now that I can deal with. So how do we make this news?
Well, we don't have any evidence.
That's where you two come in.
I just said we don't have any evidence.
We got bait.
Bait?
What the hell?
Even I have better ethics than this.
Dark times call for dark measures.
So that means tying someone up in a chair and leaving them in a basement? So how'd you find him?
When someone is suspected of murder, funds are typically frozen by the city.
And he had no means to leave the city.
Which means he'd resort to what he does best. There's only one bank in the city. We knew he'd arrive eventually.
So we waited.
The professor showed up right when the bank closed.
So what exactly are we gonna do with him?
Here's the plan.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
The professor has been discovered.
Let's thank our heroes, the Masked Man and Fedora Girl.
It took a lot of time and effort, but we finally got him.
We got him before even the police could.
And with that, our city can sleep safe tonight, knowing that the professor will soon be in custody.
Looking for someone? Where is the professor?
Oh, he's safe and sound.
He was just here. He was on live television.
Oh, that was pre-recorded. The better question to ask is, where is Alpha?
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, the way I see this playing out, Alpha, is one of two ways. One, you turn yourself in, and no one else has to die. Or two, we can...
Are you going to kill me now? Given what I did, it makes sense.
No one deserves that.
I do.
Jack Hopper would disagree.
So what are you gonna do with me?
That's for the law to decide. What the hell? You assaulted a federal officer? The federal officer who killed Hopper. That's a load of bull!
He's right.
The events known as Alphagate might have officially come to a close. FBI agent Adam Bell, also known as Alpha, was sentenced to life in prison for the murder of Captain Hopper.
But the events of Alphagate continue. David Wright and Patricia Parker, aka the Masked Man and Fedora Girl, received medals today from the district attorney.
However, DA Turner has not yet announced who will fill in as captain of the police.
Have you ever thought about being cops?
What?
You heard me, boys in blue. You clearly understand how the criminal mind works, and you have a great respect for the law, aside from a few rather unethical...
I did what had to be done.
Well, in the future, I'd advise against tying up criminals and using them as bait.
Well...
David!
Alright, fine, I won't.
Well, aside from that, I think you make great cops. What do you say?
We're gonna have to pass.
May I ask why?
Captain Hopper hated superheroes more than anyone else, and you're gonna give his job to us?
Yeah, Yeah, I suppose you're right.
You do your job, we'll do ours.
Oh, by the way, there's one more thing. It's from Hopper.
Captain Jack Hopper, first and only officer of the first and only precinct. This is to be played in the event of my death. Most likely at the hands of some guy in a mask, but I ain't here to pass judgment. Not this time. As the city's current officer, I believe it is my duty to instruct my successor, whoever that may be. So listen up. This is the best you get. More likely than not, you will be the only official form of law this city sees. You'll have to face more responsibility than any cop should ever have to face. You'll face public adversity, an untested legal system, pushy officials, and much, much more. Now, just because you're the only official system, that doesn't mean you're alone. All these masks are, admittedly, a huge pain in the ass. At best, they're inept. At worst, psychotic. Now, it may sound like I'm breaking my rule and passing judgment. I'm not. I'm simply stating facts. And I know for a fact that I could not do my job without them. And I'd never let them do my job for me. For one, it's completely unethical. For two, wouldn't make me look good. But you can trust them. You can let them help you. More often than not, they'll be on your side. This is Captain Jack Hopper, signing off.